Welcome students. Welcome to my today's topic, that is computer languages and software. Okay, so already you know what is language. That means basically computer language. Okay, so language is a medium through which we can communicate with each other. Okay, so in the terms of computer language, you need to give instruction to a computer in a language that the computer understands. Such a language is called a computer programming language. Okay, so a programming language is a set of words, symbols, and codes that enables humans to communicate with computers. Okay, so here are the some examples of computer language: C++, Java, Python. Okay, now nowadays the importance of computers increasing day by day. Okay, so the main reason behind this is the continuous advancement in the development of the hardware and software of a computer system. Okay, so the advancement in software technology is directly linked to the development of computer programming languages. Okay, so the various stages of this development are called generations of computer languages. Okay, so if we divide programming language, then we will have two level of programming language. One is low level, another one is high level language. Okay, and if we further divide this into generations, then under low level we will have two generations, one first generation, another one is second generation. And under high level programming language we will have three generation: third generation, fourth generation, and fifth generation computer language. Okay, now at first we will be talking about low level languages. Okay, so what is low level language? Actual low level languages use either binary form or a form very similar to binary form. We know basically binary form means the combination of zeros and ones. Okay, so there are basically two types of low level languages. One is machine level language and another one is assembly language. Okay, got it. So under low level language we will have two types of language. One is machine language, another one is assembly language. So if I talk about the machine language, that is first generation language. Okay, so it is most basic computer language. It is also the first programming language developed for computers. Okay, and in this language each instruction is written in the form of zeros and ones. Okay, got it. So instructions given in any other language are first converted into machine language so that the computer can understand it. That's why machine language programs are executed very quickly. Okay, so this is first generation language, that means machine language. Okay, got it. So this language program are executed very quickly because any instruction given to the computer first converted into the machine language. Okay, so that the computer can understand it. Go to the next generation. Next is second generation language. Actually second generation language also known as the assembly language, assembly assembly language. Okay, so second generation language or assembly language has the same structure and set of commands as that of a machine language because both of them are of low level languages. Okay, so however it uses words based on the English alphabet in place of zeros and ones. Already we have learned about the machine language. Okay, so in machine language it uses zeros and ones, the binary form, but here in assembly language in place of zeros and ones it uses English alphabet. Okay, so each computer has its own assembly language depending on its hardware. Okay, so that is why an assembly language is written for one type of computer that will not run or another the type of computer. Okay, got it. Okay, Go to the next slide. Now the next generation is third generation language. So the low level languages that were machine language and assembly language were computer specific. Okay, depends on the computer. Okay, so this leads to the development of another set of computer languages that could run on any type of computer. They are called high level languages, or you can say that HLL, high level language, and for low level language it is LLL. Okay, the short form. So in HLL or high level languages, if I talk about the high level language or HLL, they are closer to human languages. Okay, so that they are easier to read and write. The first high level language was designed in the 1950s. Okay, some popular high level languages are C, C++, C sharp. Okay, also basic, you have learned about it, basic. So all these are the examples of third generation languages or high level languages. Okay, next, now the next generation language is fourth generation language. Fourth generation languages are used to develop software and are complex programming languages. Some popular fourth generation languages are Visual Basic (VB), PLSQL, programming language, structure query language. Okay, and the last type of generation is fifth generation. So fifth generation languages, also known as the artificial intelligence languages, also known as the artificial intelligence languages. Okay, so fifth generation languages are still at the experimental stage and are being developed for the future. Okay, so once developed, these languages will make the computer solve a given program without a programmer. If we take an example, robots are an example of systems working with artificial intelligence. Okay, so some popular languages being developed are known as Prolog, Mercury are the popular artificial intelligence languages or fifth generation languages being developed. Okay, so ultimately we have learned about the basic terms of the generation of computer languages. Okay, now in the next slide we will learn about the computer software and its types. So at first, the term is software. So if the question is what is software, then the answer will be it is a collection of computer programs containing instructions about how, when and what a computer has to do. Okay, so a software can be stored in any of the computer storage devices. Okay, so on the basis of their purpose, software can be classified into two types. One is system application or system software, another one is application software. Okay, got it? And under application software we will have two types of software. One is general purpose software, another one is customized software. Okay, so to know about all these in details, we have to go for the next slide. Okay, first of all is system software. The first is system software. Actually, this software is developed to operate and control the computer hardware. Okay, it also acts as a platform for running the application software loaded in a computer. So this software or this type of software helps application software to run on a computer. Okay, system software can be further classified into the following types. Number one is operating system, device drivers, utility programs, and then translators. Okay, So at first we have to know what is operating system. Already we are very much familiar with the name operating system. The short form is OS. Okay. So an operating system is a software that controls and organizes various functions of a computer. Okay. And the example of operating systems are like Windows 7, Windows Vista, Windows 10, other 10, okay, and Linux, okay, Android, okay. All these are the examples of operating systems. So an operating system must be installed into a computer before running any other software on it. It also controls the computer's communication with other connected hardware systems, that means devices such as printer, hard disk drive, and so on. Okay. Next one is device drivers. These drivers are software used to control printers, speakers, hard disk drives, CD, DVD drives, digital cameras, and image scanners. Okay. Next one is utility programs. So utility programs are the software that designed to perform a specific task related to the operation of the computer. Like example, antivirus and disk cleanup, okay, are the example of utility programs. Okay. Next one is translator. Translator also known as language processor. Language processor, as it processes the language, that's why it is known as the language processor. So a language processor or a translator converts one form of a language to other form so that the computer understands the instruction given to it. Okay. So we will have three types of translators. One is assembler, then interpreter, then compiler. So we will learn all these three in details now. So at first we are taking assembler. The assembler is a type of translator that translates programs written in assembly language into machine language. So its task is to convert assembly language assembly language into machine language. Okay, into machine language. Okay, got it. Next one is interpreter. A interpreter is a type of translator that translates a high level language into machine language. A high level language into machine language. Okay, which is then executed by the computer. Okay, so the interpreted programs are generally slow. At the time of the development of a program, an interpreter is used to quickly test a small section of a high level language program. Okay, that is interpreter. Next one is compiler. So compiler is one type of language processor or translator that converts a high level language program into machine level language program. Okay, a high level language program into machine level language program, ML, machine level language program. Okay, a compiler first reads the entire high level language program and then collects and reorganizes the instructions. Okay, got it. So basic difference between interpreter and compiler is a compiler reads the entire high level language program at a time, but interpreter do it line by line. Okay, now we'll be learning about general purpose software. So a computer uses an application software to do tasks given by the user. An application software is used for one specific purpose. It can be further classified into two programming following types. One is general purpose software and Another type is customized software. At first we are learning general purpose software in details. So general purpose software provides many features and can be used by majority of users. So now we are discussing about general purpose softwares. Number one is word processing software. Already we have done it. This type of software are basically used to create, edit and format text documents. These are commonly used in offices, schools and at home. So if we take an example for that type of software, then the example will be Microsoft Word. Another example will be WordPerfect, OpenOffice Writer. These softwares are known as word processor. Okay, next one is spreadsheet software. Spreadsheet software are used to calculate, compare and analyze data and prepare different reports based on that data. Okay, so these are also used to create graphs and charts based on the data. Some commonly used this type of software is Microsoft Excel, OpenOffice calculation. Okay, next type of software is presentation software. This type of software is basically used to create presentations that include sound, music, video, charts and animation. So one common example is Microsoft PowerPoint. Okay, and another example is OpenOffice Impress. Okay, the next type is DBMS. We know the full form of DBMS. The full form of DBMS is Database Management System. Okay, so this type of software is used to create, store, modify and sort data stored in a database. Okay, some commonly used database management system software are Oracle, Microsoft Access, OpenOffice Base. Okay, got it. So in database we have to keep the data in the form of table. Okay, so now the next type is desktop publishing software, that is DTP software. DTP software is used to create newspapers, magazines, brochures and still advertisements. It is commonly used to create files that contain a lot of graphics and text. Commonly used example is Corel Draw. Okay, and another example is Microsoft Publisher. Okay, next type is graphics software. So graphics software is used basically to do the work on graphics. It is further divided into two parts. One is drawing and painting software, another one is CAD software. Okay, so a drawing and painting software allows freehand drawing and coloring. Some commonly used drawing and painting softwares are Adobe Photoshop, MS Paint. Okay, and for CAD, that is computer aided design. Okay, the full form of CAD is computer aided design. Computer aided design. DESIGN, computer aided design. So computer aided design is used to design a product. These software packages are more sophisticated drawing package. They are used by engineers, architects and designers to produce detailed design plans and technical drawings. Okay, now the last type of software, that is customized software. Customized software. Okay, this type of softwares like the software designed for the railways, banks, hospitals. Okay, these are the basics of customized software. Now the next part is plugin. So what is plugin? Plugin is an additional function added to existing software. For example, Some internet browsers allow users to install plugins into the browser to add features not found in the default installation. So if you want to add some more features to your browser, web browser or internet browser, then you need to install plugin software. Okay, so thank you.